I can give you 50 million reasons why Sony Pictures would want to sell this movie to Amazon, and it's not for a good reason at all. So if you're really curious about that, let's head on over to the review. Welcome back, film fans. This is Let's Be Real Brad. Today on the channel, I want to talk about the brand new Amazon original movie called Cinderella. Cinderella is another remake of the original Cinderella classic story that we all know by heart at this point, that has been parodied, remade, and put into different adaptations. But this movie decides to go for a modern retelling with also adding a musical slash comedic slash romantic drama into the mix. After watching this video that came out a couple of days ago right here,
let's get loud.
Oh, wow. And I, honest to God, really think that this video right here is better than the movie itself, because I thought this movie was a pile of garbage. This movie decides to go for a modern retelling, but adding a musical element to it, which I thought was going to be interesting. But the movie decides to go with unoriginal songs that are lazily shoved into this movie to be able to showcase character traits. Everyone's voice in this movie feels auto-tuned. It just feels like they're trying to perfect it in the best way possible, and the music itself just doesn't sound natural or organic to this film. My second biggest negative with this movie is the tone. The tone of this movie is all over the place, and I think they should have just stuck to one thing, because the movie decides that it's going to be a musical comedy, so it's going to make fun of itself quite a bit. But then the movie takes itself so ridiculously serious throughout the runtime and trying to make us care about these characters and be like, oh man, I want you guys to succeed. I feel so bad. And it comes off in the cheesiest Lifetime Hallmark movie that I've ever seen in a mainstream movie in quite some time. The writing in this movie is so damn awful. The jokes in this movie are so horrifically bad. I rolled almost at every single joke in this movie. It has that ridiculous, awful mainstream awkward humor that you would see, like, oh man, oh did you want to do that for me? Shut up, just shut the hell up. There are like a few tiny jokes that I did laugh at throughout the film, but other than that, the jokes are absolutely a strong 1 out of 10. The acting in this movie is also quite bad, as I felt almost every single performance in this film was just so unnecessary with terrible direction. There are a few people in this movie that I really enjoyed, like Billy Porter, who I thought should have been the main character of the movie. He's only in it for a few minutes, but I thought he was so hilarious and he fit the tone of what the movie was going for. I also found that Pierce Brosnan in the movie was really funny in this movie and absolutely understood this ridiculous assignment of just being this over-the-top king. But there is one performance, and I mean one performance, that is so bad in this movie that made me so angry, and that is James Corden. Every single line of dialogue had me cringing. He gave one of the worst jokes that I've ever seen in the film, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And also one of the most meme-ish moments that I have seen all year in movies that is going to blow up social media this weekend. The presentation of this movie is quite horrifically putrid. This movie is terribly lit, and every single scene, the cinematography is so awful. There is no color, there's no style, there's no presentation to this movie. And don't even get me started on the editing, because if you want to learn bad editing, just watch this movie. And my last negative with the presentation is the production design and the costumes. This whole movie looked fake. This movie had about maybe like 3 to 4 sets that were so poorly designed that looked like it was made on a studio backlot. That's not good when this movie is a feature film that is made by a big studio like Sony Pictures. The costumes in this movie were pathetic. It has the worst costume design of the entire year. None, and I mean 0 of the costumes looked real. They all look so cheap and fake and all look like iParty costumes. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I could not get invested in this movie because it just looks like actors in costumes talking to each other and singing about random songs that don't fit the movie. God, I hate this movie. I'm giving Cinderella 2021 a strong 2 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this review. If you guys could hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell if you want to see more videos here on the channel.